Hello and thanks for joining us on another Cavan County Matters. We have a wonderful show lined up for you today. Take a look at what's coming up on the programme. A Traveller Primary Healthcare Centre is running in Cavan Town. We chat to Coordinator Ita Madden about the work they do here in the county. Minding our health and our mental health is very important. But what is being done to reach out to the 25,000 people of the travelling community here in Ireland? I'm off to meet a wonderful woman at the Cavan Traveller Primary Healthcare Centre who is passionate about the work she does. Well, Ita, first things first, tell us, where are we?
We're on the outskirts of Cavan Town, here in Mine Hall. Basically, it's a bungalow, a 5-room bungalow, and we have the primary healthcare here for the traveller community in Cavan running.
This is Extern's Traveller Primary Healthcare Centre. I've never been here before. Tell us, I mean, you've lots of rooms and lots of activities go on here. Give us a wee flavour of what happens.
We started here in 2007, Karina, and at the time, I suppose, really, we didn't really know where we were going to go with it. But we were asked sort of to try and get a facility that would be suitable for everybody in terms of coming from all angles of Cavan. It wasn't just for Cavan Town. We have travellers that come from Ballygymstuff, Ballieborough, Kingscourt, Cootail, from all over the county. You know, when you talk about the travelling community, everybody thinks they live in Cavan Town, but people live all over the county like everybody else does. Yeah. So this is actually ideal because we're just on the roundabout here at Mine Hall.
So like that, a central location for people to get to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like that, I really wanted to talk. You've been doing a lot of work, Ita, with the women and the men and the children, everyone who comes and uses this centre, around the idea of mental health. Talk to us about mental health and the traveller community here in Cavan. Okay,
in 2010, the All Ireland Traveller Health Study was launched, and basically the Extern, we facilitated it in Monaghan and in Cavan. And one of the outcomes of that report was that travellers are 7 times more at risk of suicide. And I suppose really over the time when we were sitting around talking about it, we thought, okay, well, what can we do about it? So we decided that we would put together a photographic exhibition and to look at all the issues that affect mental health. So I suppose one of the things you'll see that, you know, mental health doesn't come in isolation. It's not something on its own. Everything that is surrounding that person's life has an impact in some shape or form. And that includes their past, their present and their future, you know, what lies ahead because of their vision. So we looked at things like accommodation, we looked at things like employment, we looked at things like, you know, accessing health services, and basically the whole arena of things that we have to face, you know, when we get out of bed every morning. So it was a good opportunity for us to kind of put the photographic exhibition together and also to educate frontline services about traveller mental health. You know, to be aware that, you know, when somebody comes in looking for help, they're not there. It didn't just happen. You know, they've taken that step forward to come in and ask. They've got out of bed
that morning, they've got into their car, they've got a lift. Let's talk about education, training and mental health, because I suppose like that, we talked earlier about how travellers do tend to leave, the travelling people do tend to leave school a little earlier, but then like that, when you're faced with perhaps racism in the classroom, why would you want to be there? Absolutely, and it's discrimination and racism still exists, and that's coming from me. I see it, you know. Yeah, I mean, like that, if you don't have the training they need, you're not in a position to get a job. You're just not. Yeah. And we all know when you don't have work, you don't feel perhaps just as good about yourself.
That's right, absolutely. Which all goes back to our mental health. And I suppose when you look at education, again, I still say we need to take a look at that as well. All the services that were pulled over the years have basically touched the most vulnerable communities. And one of the communities was the traveller community. Services such as the special supports in schools for children. Why were they taken? Services such as, you know, creche facilities for children that need to be specific, whether we like it or not. They need additional help. They need extra help. They were all pulled. Nothing was said about it, you know. They pulled over 60 million euros worth of funding from a community that really needs help. You know?
I asked you how many travellers roughly there were in Ireland at the minute. You told me 40,000.
No, 40,000. That was documented in the All Ireland Traveller Health Study. Yeah. yeah.
And
So there probably is more than that, Karina, because although that's the first study that was ever done in Ireland.
Like a census, we don't always all fill in our forms.
Absolutely, yes, yeah. Well, I mean, that study was conducted by the traveller community, and as I was saying earlier, that Extern was engaged to facilitate that in 2008 and 9 and 10. And we done the best we could to try and capture as much as we could at the time.
Well, look, there's lots of work still to do in Ireland and here in Cavan, but Ita, it's been a pleasure to meet you, and I know we'll be back again in the future to meet some of the families that use this centre here. So thanks so much for having us today.
Thank you. I would definitely like you to come back because we have so much going on here. We have CUCA programmes, as I was saying, and Toothwise programmes, and we have so much on. It would be really lovely if you were able to come back some other time.